What's good, YouTube land? Seems this is the Easter review, so I guess you'll want some excellent jokes. Well, I'm not doing it. Do you remember a few years ago when there was a little bit of a fan poll? Probably not, but it gave us toys like Wheeljack, Mirage, Impactor, and I bring that up because the last one on that list has finally released. And we will check out Legacy Evolution Needlenose. So there's the box. Who cares about the box? Here is the figure of Needlenose. Was he worth the wait? Kinda? Maybe? First off, we have to know who Needlenose is. Well, it's absolutely hilarious that on Cybertron, he was a fashion designer. I'm not even kidding. He made fashion microchips before the war. Like, I didn't even know Transformers had fashion. Like, is the alt mode fashion? Can they just... Well, I guess they can switch around whenever they want. They have to rescan a different vehicle. I, what is the point of fashion chips? But then he also decided to look like this. But you know what would be fashionable? Is you buying from the robot scrapyard. Where I got this figure. And Needlenose is also characterized as a dweeb who plays video games. I don't think I've ever related to a Transformer more. And a very bad soldier. Like, bad at being a soldier. But we have to take a look at the figure, who I quite like, if I'm being honest. Here, we'll give you a shot of the head sculpt. Very nice looking head sculpt. With the bright red eyes, the almost knight gear there. It does kind of look like a knight, and also feels like he stole from Optimus. But, you know, his body is nicely proportioned. It looks good. Besides the whole alt mode on his back. Here's the comparison I know you want. Here he is with his brother, Trax, which comes from the IDW comics, and I believe animated before that. I think was it animated or Prime that started these two as brothers. You know, their head sculpts are close enough that I can kind of see it. Not really, but hey, if the comics are willing to stretch for it, I'll stretch. Did we just become best friends? Yep. And honestly, I wish Trax was better than he is. Like, I want to like him, but those ball jointed ankles are just. Like, you know, I like the idea of Trax, you know, like an arrogant dickhead good guy. Feels like it should create like a lot of good stories. But like when the bad guy is the better of the two in comparison, that says something. Yeah. Color scheme wise, I do like the gray and the blue and the purple. It does have like a kind of cold feel to it, which I guess works for a Decepticon. He doesn't have too much kibble, I guess. He does have an entire cockpit hanging off his back, but you know, he's based heavily off the G1 toy. This is almost literally a straight G1 toy with modern engineering, kind of. approach, which I want to say doesn't happen a lot anymore, but the more I look at the mass surrounding me, the more I realize, yeah, it happens a lot. Tracks, you dickhead. You can't stand up on your own. Whatever. But we'll get into articulation. The head is on a ball joint, unfortunately hindered backwards by that. But it can bend forward, it can rotate fully. It can give you a tiny bit of side to side, which is good. I wish it could go backwards, but oh well. Shoulders, universal. The wings don't get in the way too much because they're on a hinge. They go out that far. Full T posture and You do get a mushroom peg bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow, which is part and parcel of transformation, but it's very nice to see. You get a wrist swivel. And normally, I wish he had a buffalo. No, a buffalo took a shit through my window. No, a butterfly joint, but he has enough posability to do this. Here you go, Vangelis. Dab it on them haters. The waist, fairly unimpeded by the backpack, which you can hold if you want to display him. The hips go all the way forward. They are the only thing that the backpack hinders is the backward motion, but they go out super far. You got your standard thigh swivel, a very deep knee bend for some proper tiger knee. Sagat would be proud. Even though it doesn't actually transform like this, transform slightly differently like that. It's nice. And you get a hinge on the ankle with a little bit of sculpted detail there, just to make it kind of connect together a bit further. And you get a very deep, almost like a faux ratchet on the that joint. The toe bend. Is it a toe bend when it bends his entire foot? That joint. So he's got all the posability you kind of expect. A little bit hindered, but it's not terrible. It does the job. He has a smattering of 5mm ports on his shoulders, on his shins, bum of his feet. Hilariously, one behind his head. But I'm avoiding the main topic. The hollowness. He does have an unfortunate amount of hollowness, which I know you guys want me to complain about, but I'm gonna justify it slightly by saying they needed to budget in his accessories, so they had to take out some of his plastic. But it's just a shame that the accessories are shit. So, being Needlenose, the double target master, he does come with 2 target masters, being Sunbeam and Zigzag. Sunbeam is apparently depicted as like a surfer dude, but to me he kind of looks like Cooler from Dragon Ball Z with a uninipple or uniboob. And Zigzag, who's an old man for some reason, and has like a buckler and a Baraka blade molded in, which is cool. At least he has a freaking gun molded in. So they have some unique personality, but it's a shame they only have one moving part. And it's the gun barrel. Like, I wish I could play with these things, but like, you know, and even this glossy black plastic, you can see like the gun barrels were separate out of the box. So I had to reattach it with quite a bit of force, and like this black paint is not very good. Like it's even wearing away on his nips. And I see that he's just molded in purple and painted gloss black. So like even the double target masters from 10 years ago, which I can't believe Generations is that old, actually had some transformation elements to them. Hello, Scoop. I don't think anybody has talked about you in 10 years or so. And I don't think anybody's looking for like Legacy Evolution Scoop. But, yeah. Like, it just goes to show that these guys are kind of crappy. And also, I have to mention his tail fin is separate in the box, packaged with his accessory, so it might as well be an accessory. And apparently, there have been stories of people not getting this in the box. So, like, if you buy Needlenose, check the accessories, make sure you have everything. Cause, I don't know, it does something, I guess. You can plug it into his hand as a crude melee weapon, I guess. But the thing I like the most about Needlenose is actually the amount of places you can put his guns. So obviously you've got his hands, which, should be able to hold guns. And he does rock the twin guns very well. Or there's the standard combination gun, which his articulation can support. But I love this for one reason. You can just shove stuff above his head. It's so stupid, but it's just fun to me. Like you can plug the double guns in there. Like suck on that, movie Lockdown. He doesn't need to transform his face into a gun. But there's one other that I love even more, and it's using the vehicle mode ports. This has real like don't mess with me or my friends vibe. Like this vibe is so hilarious. I'm struggling to describe it. Like, and it's just like, yeah, I'm wearing my friends on my armor. So what? It's so stupid. I love it. Freaking what? Like I'm picturing like Shaquille O'Neal. Just stick Brad Williams on Shaquille O'Neal's shoulder. That's what that reminds me of. Just, let me at him. Let me at him. And I love Brad Williams. He's a great comedian. I don't I don't intend this to insult Brad Williams at all. That's the only thing I could compare this to. If you took Brad Williams and I know the other famous little person you're thinking of, and no, I don't think he would sully himself to do this even for a joke. Peter Dinklage. I don't think Peter Dinklage would do that. Brad Williams, I can see as a really sick practical joke, but anyway, you can plug the guns onto his shins as well, or if you want him, I don't know, kicking lasers at people. I guess could he be roller skating? Maybe. And I think it's a. I think I like this robot mode. It's better than, I guess, I don't know if it's better than it has any right to be. It's very much a standard Legacy Deluxe, but like there's fun little dumb things you can do with it, and that instantly makes him like not upper tier for me, but like upper mid tier, because like it gives me the ability to imagine scenarios, and yeah, isn't that what you want with a toy? So robot mode, yep, that's good. The jet mode though, the jet mode. So we're going to start by folding up his arms, fold down his chest panel, flip up his shoulders, and fold the head in. Fold the shoulders up, and we're gonna untab the backpack and rotate, fold it up a bit so it's in its proper vehicle position, and close the chest there. And then we're going to rotate the legs this way. And even mention, but I think there's a bit of a paint chip, maybe not a paint chip, but paint scuff on that knee. Yeah, we're going to fold them this way. Fold them all the way up so they tab in to the sides of his chest. And make sure the feet tab in to right in here. Little holes right there. Then do the same thing on the other side. Fold it up, fold it up. Fold his wings down if you don't have them down. And his nose cone is going to plug into his ass. And there we have one Needlenose in his jet mode. Now, I really like that transformation. That is a really nice twist, so to speak, on what could have been a very boring backpack transformation. Like it could have given me like a universe Dreadwind, like the ultra class Dreadwind, kind of just fold the backpack out, sort of boring vibes. But I really like the way the legs fold up and like the arms sort of tuck in. And yes, it is unfortunately still exposed fists, but you know it hugs really tightly. It looks really, clean relatively. It's just the jet mode is unfortunately G1, a bit too G1. Like those wings are too small. Yes, he has a jet engine, so maybe he can get off the ground, but like I do wish his wings were bigger. Other things, I wish the jet had landing gear anywhere. I like that the feet plug in there and try and hide. It's not the best mode. Like I love that transformation. I do kind of wish this toy was bigger and had a bit more of a budget to sort of realize things for the jet mode. Like the landing gear, the wings, I wish the cockpit opened, like on a certain other jet. But we do have some nice teal. I guess that's teal. And some fairly decent molding. I wish the molding didn't stop, get broken up by the transformation hinge. What can you do? That's probably unmoldable plastic. It's an all right jet. I guess. But again, the play value comes in where you can put the accessories. So we have the traditional under the wing, which we already showed off. The thigh ports actually make a bit more sense here. A bit more useful, sort of. I guess these could also be landing gear, even though not really. The barrels can accept blast effect parts. Yes, there we go. Sunbeam. Oh, and I know you're thinking, but the sun is a deadly laser beam. But there's better places. You can remove the tail fin, plug a gun in up there, and then plug in another gun, because they can combine in two different ways. And then you could just keep plugging guns in if you want. Where's my... Hold on. You can have it look like your gun is having a severe malfunction. That's not how that's supposed to work. Or, this is amusing. Oh, I should mention that this actually has a groove, a dedicated groove to fit the tail fin exactly. But like, if you rotate the feet here, and you have those ports again, this gun, zigzag, is specifically molded to fit right there. Meaning, oh, you have to use the other port. That's what that's for. Meaning, yes, he can shoot lasers out of his ass. In that classic sci-fi, a ship is tailing you and you have to get around to shoot them. Instead, he can just shoot them with his rectal sunbeams. That doesn't sound right. Oh. But I think that's it for the jet mode. No, actually. We have to bring back in Leader Skyquake. Because this is the main reason you want to get this mold, or a different version of this mold. Because these two tabs right there go into either of those four ports on his chest panel. Doesn't matter which one you do. But that is the main reason you get these two jets. The crudest, the most basic form of combination. And this is totally for machine, like the old bomber. Like it was a freaking which one? Like there was Megatron and Starscream. I don't want to go into a whole thing about the repaints, but like a Smoke Sniper and Gigant Bomb. I'll go with those two names. But yes, you can also. Oh come on, plug the other two in. Yep, that's the whole reason why you get this set. Is they're going to release it as a set eventually. But, you know, I guess you want to see a comparison with Trax in his alt mode. You want me to transform Trax? Don't want to do it. This hurts me. I am in physical pain. I hope you enjoy it. But here he is with tracks. Here he is with flying tracks. But Needlenose on his own, he's better than he has any right to be. I don't know if he's good enough to be like a mandatory purchase. Like if you like Needlenose, and he is like a Z list favorite, so I imagine there quite a few might like Needlenose. If you like him to go with your Kingdom tracks, then I would suggest Needlenose. Or if you want to wait for a different character for this mold, you can do that. But like, I don't think he's an immediately go out and get kind of figure. He's there, and I might as well kind of thing. Thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. Have a nice death and rebirth of Jesus, and some chocolate. Until next time, keep it weird. Just be glad he doesn't fire needles, hypodermic needles from his guns, because that could get very bad very fast. Bye.